A lot of women, right, weaponize a guy's enjoyment of things that might seem boy-like. We talk about the little girl. A lot of people don't talk about the middle. One of my sisters in submission, Slave Sunflower, who was actually featured on the podcast as well, when she saw him and you always respond like that when I touch him. That was the middle. That was the middle. So she said to him, I'm picking up all his middle energy. And he didn't know what the word meant yet.
Middle energy.
So the same way we talk about the little girl would be a certain age up until about 12. But the middle is the teenage girl. A lot of people don't talk about the teenage boy and the teenage girl. And a lot of women, and I'm going to say this for my ladies listening, a lot of women, right, weaponize a guy's enjoyment of things that might seem boy-like. Not little boy, teenage boy, like big boy, like cars, games, things like that. Those are all associated with that era of development. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boys, they playing sports, they this and that. What do grown men do? Go to sports bars, they get on the line with each other. They do. So a lot of those things are still perpetuating, but women make an issue out of it. They say, you know, he always on that game or this and that. They weaponize it when they don't realize that that's his middle. That's his teenage boy getting to have a little bit of time to show face. And I will be honest, right? I never felt any way about a guy who gamed. But when we got together, my perspective on that shifted entirely. Because one day I realized after a certain amount of time, he don't really get up with his boys like that. They don't get to see each other in person like that. They all husbands or, you know, hardworking guys. Yeah. Their schedules is packed. They don't really get to see each other in person. When they get online, it's like the virtual man cave.
Yes.
They got the, you know, they talking to each other, they talking shit, they laughing, they joking, they talking about life. Oh, bro, how the kids, this and that. They doing the check-ins, they whatever, they laughing. And even when you listen to the replays of gameplay, you hear them making jokes. Oh, bro, this and that. Somebody said that, pause, bro, you wildin'. Yo, he's on my back, yo. Like, you know, but it's mad teenage boy like shit. Right. And for a little while, they get to disconnect from the man responsibilities and just be boys. Yeah. Right? And what do y'all call them? My boys. So I started to notice that was the first thing. But then secondarily to that, it was his reaction to me. He gets excited. He be like, yo, you so thick. And it's like when a teenage boy sees his first ass, or that's the energy. It's not like a grown man like, yo, that's, no, it's like, yo, look at this, that's my girl. Like it's a teenage.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a being with you. What she is saying is facts, but the truth is most women don't care. And that's because most women are selfish. When it comes to men, to get pussy, to get women, to get a relationship, you got to put in all types of work. You got to win the chick over, and you got to be a very likable guy. You have to get her to admire you. You have to leverage your attraction and all of this stuff. You got to put in, you got to do all the extracurricular activities, take her to motherfucking movies and brunches and wine tastings and shit. So men got to put in that work. It's going to be very hard for most men to get coochie without caring about how the chick feel or anything like that. Like that's a prerequisite to some degree. Women don't have to do any of that when it comes to attracting men, when it comes to getting men. And even when they get in a relationship, some of them didn't have to earn that relationship. They didn't have to earn that commitment from that man. And they have no idea how to make a man happy or how to keep a man, because it just never crosses their mind. It's never in the scope of just their reality. It's just not. So when it comes to what a man needs, what a man wants, it's not a big priority. But what she wants and she needs is paramount. That is the biggest priority. That's the biggest thing. And I mean that in her mind, that's what it is. And guess what? She wants a million fucking things. So if you were putting attention towards the game, she is looking at that as this is time that I could be getting attention from my man, and he's not making money. He's not he's not doing the things that benefit me in any way. So this is time to where he is spending it is not benefiting me, and he is giving this attention to this game. I'm now jealous of the game. I'm gonna break the game. So that is how an abundance of women, actually most women, operate as far as just a general sense of them being selfish. If you notice, this woman said sister in submission. That means she's in a poly relationship. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Ain't no chick getting in a poly relationship with a dude that she think is not the fucking man. So the guy that she's with, that dark-skinned dude right there, that big dude, she absolutely thinks he's the fucking man. She thinks he is the Mac Daddy of the universe. And that is why You find the one, and it takes time, it takes effort, but you find a woman that is into you, not the woman you were into, because this is how it can go your way. This is how it can go your way. He gets a whole nother woman, but on top of that, he don't got to deal with the headaches when it comes to the game or anything like that, because not only do he got a chick that is really into him, he's got a chick that is submissive to him. He's probably instilled some stuff in her, and she seems intelligent. She seems like she could step outside of her own ego, which is a rare human thing, but extremely rare for women. I think you're so beautiful. Like,
Thank you.
you caught my attention. What's your name?
I'm Erica.
Nice to meet you. What's your...
She got a man.
Why Guys Don't Approach No More, Volume 70. The one chick laughing, the other chick just straight hated. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. So a few things are running through my mind when I look at this clip, and I don't want to go too deep, but it's funny how horribly women take rejection and how rare they put themselves on the chopping block to get rejected, but how harsh some of the rejections are. And I don't think this is that harsh, but at the same time, to me, it blows my shit because this nigga's not talking to you. And you know what you're doing is coming from a place of jealousy. We all know the game. The friend run interference. That's just what it is. The other thought that ran through my brain is, why is it so hard for the women that are being talked to just politely reject the man and say, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, or oh, no, I'm sorry, I got a man, I can't really. Why is it hard for them to do it? Because I don't think it's really hard for them to do that, because I done seen a bunch of these meta glasses videos where a chick will entertain a dude the whole time, and then when it gets to a certain point, she will throw out that she has a man, and that shuts it down. And guess what? The guy leaves. So it's like, why can't she say that herself? Why do you have to say that for her? And that led me to another thought. The whole demonization of man and this whole, oh man, men are so dangerous, so I just have to entertain any man that approaches me because they're so dangerous. And, you know, this one guy tried to pistol whip me because I wouldn't give him his number. That shit is so fucking rare. This is the thing. I'm not a woman. But I know from knowing men, as far as the vast majority of men don't approach. They don't approach. And there are only two types in reality, that are really dangerous. Number one, the clear creeps who gonna stalk you and just follow you around and da-da-da-da-da, they're gonna do all of that. But also the super thugs. But women not gonna isolate that down and specify the types of men or anything. They just gonna put it on all men. They gonna blanket it. We choose the bear. Men are so dangerous. Oh my goodness. It's like, oh man, the amount. I be on threads and a chick will pop up like the rate that men are killing these women through approaches. And it's shut up, bitch. Should be so disingenuous. I know I went deep, but we'll go to the next clip.
Women have made dating into like high-key prostitution. Like, y'all are really trying to slide it like it's not. Like, hey, I done gave you my time and my time costs. And they like, for a date? I feel like the date is the payment. Like, I feel like me taking you out to dinner, that's not enough conversation. You're like, no, I got bills to pay. I don't got time to waste. Ooh, why are you on this date? You didn't have to accept it. You could have said no. Like, I'm not in a place in my life where I can date right now. Like, y'all will accept dates and then want a man to pay for your time. Tell me that ain't prostitution. If y'all don't quit fucking playing, if you just selling that coochie, just say that. Say this cooch for sale. My time is for sale. Say, I am a high-key escort, but I want to keep it low-key. Because that's what y'all are giving.
I'm going to just put this thread on the screen and say, and this is from a woman, please stop telling your teenage daughters a man should pay for everything. Signed, a boy mom. Now, they on her ass on threads as I'm making this. The first rebuttal says, you should be teaching your teenage son to not date until he can afford everything. You get that? Until you can afford everything, you shouldn't even be looking at women. That's how some women think. Another chick says, as a fellow boy mom, I'm telling my son he has to pay for everything. What a disgrace. Raise a man. And this last one says, please start telling your teenage sons they have to earn trust and love, and it's not given off the bare minimum. Make sure he knows how to cook, clean, do laundry. This is crazy. Plan a proper date and have comprehension skills, and be an equal partner and provider. Since you're in the business of telling girl moms what to do, sign a girl mom. So I got two things to say. Number one, teenagers aside, just going off the mom's logic and going based on what the woman said in the video. Men shouldn't be able to get anything from women without paying. That is the rhetoric that they are pushing. So is it prostitution? Absolutely. These women are for sale if you ask them. The second thing, when we look at those, threads that I put up or tweets, whatever you want to call them, it's funny because we always talk about what should be instilled in boys and things like that and the standards. Two things that we never talk about. Number one, what should be instilled in daughters when it comes to how to treat a man. We never talk about that. That's never a topic. And guess what? When the table topic comes up, what do you bring to the table? These same grown women saying all this stuff have no idea what men want. I just got done talking to a chick, and I can't remember the context, but she said these types of dudes don't get good women. They get insecure. What was the other word she used? She said insecure women with low standards. Insecure women with low standards. That's who these guys get. I told her, like, yo, it's real funny when you put it like that, because what does being insecure and having low standards have to do with being a good woman? Women think that, like, all this degree, when you ask them, like, what do you bring to the, oh, I got degrees, I got money, da-da-da-da. They think that's what makes them a good woman. The stuff that they like, about themselves that men don't give a fuck about. These chicks have absolutely no idea, no concept of what a good woman is. So how could they aspire to be good women? And it's not a priority. It's not a priority because of how the game works. You got to pursue these women and et cetera, et cetera. So these women are instilling this empty entitlement into their daughters. And their daughters have no idea how to put value into these dudes. One more tweet that I'm not going to put on the screen that a dude put up. He said his son came to him, right? And he said, yo, Dad, I need some money to buy my girlfriend a Christmas gift. He said, is she swapping you a gift if she buying something for you? He said, no. I'm just giving her a gift. She don't got to give me nothing. I don't plan on having her give me nothing. His dad told him, yo, how you going to earn this money? Because she not about to finesse both of us.
All the men out there, start being truthful. So they know what's wrong with them and you know what's wrong with you. Everybody just be lying, man. For real. Everybody just be lying. If people just be truthful and tell the women what's the honest truth instead of trying to get some coochie,
Yeah.
you will be fine.
Okay, Marcus.
Oh, man. You will be fine.
Now look,
all these women don't know what's going on and what's wrong because men keep
Now
lying
he right,
just to
but
get
you gonna
the coochie.
lose some coochie.
You are.
Yeah.
You're right. But
I'm
but
telling
that's
you
cool.
right
Man.
now.
That's cool.
This is crazy.
A lot of women not used to the truth.
They
So
not.
would y'all
they
date a
ain't
woman
used to
that
that.
would if and this is I'm
If
just speaking
what?
from I'm in a phase right now where I feel like if I date a man, I have been rejecting a lot of men lately because they objective is to have sex. I don't want to have
You
sex
can't
at all.
stop that from now. It's
Yeah,
already,
that's
it's already
every
been
man gonna
But
do
how
that.
implanted.
you willing to like with okay.
It's already
All
been
right.
implanted.
I
When
wait
I
for it a
walk
little
in
bit, but I ain't waiting
somewhere and I
forever.
see somebody,
Ain't nobody
y'all
waiting that
know
long.
I
I wait a little bit. I ain't waiting
think
forever though.
That's
I was just
diabolical.
telling them like the problem is y'all got too many men that's lying to y'all. Y'all will have, listen to me,
Yes.
it will be 5 men.
Yes.
It will be literally 5, let's say 10
I
men.
definitely agree
You
with
go
you.
on a date with 10 men. You tell these 10 men, or 9 of them. Man, look, I messed with 7 dudes this week. The 7 dudes or the 8 or 9 dudes gonna be like, yeah, okay, well, look, you mess with 7 dudes this week. You're not a hoe. You can do what you want to do. You make your own money. It's life. If you want to mess with whoever you want to mess with, you can. And guess what they want right after? The same coochie.
Yep.
But then you're gonna have that 10th man that come on that date and tell you, look, you ain't supposed to be messing with all these men. You ain't supposed to be doing this. You ain't supposed to be doing that. But in your head, hold on. You the only one telling me this. The other 9 ain't telling me this. So when the other 9 get into line with that one and tell the truth, everything else will be cool. Y'all get lied to, and y'all live in these worlds of these men lying to y'all.
Yeah, it's a facade.
It's a
sad.
facade.
It's very
you
sad.
have to get out of your world and get into reality. What's going on?
Okay.
I would say this, being the host, I see a lot of smoke and mirrors all the time. I very rarely get the chance to see people for themselves. And I find out so much about people after the show. Even like I go through extremes of vetting, getting on FaceTimes, all that, and it's still so many facades, so many smoke and mirrors. So I agree with that. People be more authentic, be yourself. You know, practice telling yourself the truth so you can know how to tell other people the truth.
We be knowing what's going on. That's just like with her. She knew
that
she would have
be-
said she was a
that'll-
stripper or
that'll
something.
handle
They
a
would have
lot.
led to
That'll
something
handle a
else.
lot.
She
Well,
like,
no, I
cool,
was.
be
I'm
cool.
not, though.
Like,
If I would've
that
said-
was the problem with my last girlfriend.
That's
I'm
it.
not dating no more
current, though.
strippers.
That's why I said that's my current job. Like,
Everybody talk about their biggest moment of heartbreak. I was at school, and I remember one of my homeboys came to me and was like, hey, I want to let you know, so-and-so is getting freaky with so-and-so. And that's the way he told me that it was going down. And I didn't believe it. I'm like, nah, no way. And he was like, yeah, bro, it's getting a little freak on. I'm telling you, you got a little freak on your hands. And I'm like, you need to watch that. And so I confronted her about it. And she was like, no, never happened. Bullshit. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Okay. And I go back to my boy. I'm like, you are wrong. It is you who is wrong. I do not have a little freak. You misspoke. It is you who is wrong about this. Don't you ever speak on my household like this ever again. It wasn't a household.
Your household.
Don't you
that was
talk
Clan House.
Don't you talk about my household like this ever again. Okay, cool. So I am in her room one day, and at this school we had like this blackboard thing where you would click into it and they would have your classes and you're like, you could turn in papers in there and all of that stuff, but we all had it. It was a thing. And I remember I clicked into the little thing where you sign in to the login, and all of the past logins pop up when you click into this thing. And the guy who she was allegedly a little freaky with, his name popped up in that thing, which meant he had been in the room. He had been at the computer.
He'd been logging in.
He had been logging in. That nigga had been logging the fuck in.
He's been logging in.
That nigga was logging in. I'm like, he logging in on my, he logging in.
And putting his information.
Putting his information in, bro. He was putting his information in. And I remember I'm sitting there and like, it was like a moment of, it's funny now, but it wasn't even like a moment of heartbreak. There was terror. I was like, yo. She was like, what? I was like, what is this? And that was it. That was the moment. And then, man, this became a thing because they're all my people and everybody. This became a whole big thing.
I got a quick question. Did that moment define you for the years to come afterwards?
Nah, because I'm not like that. So
it wasn't the origin story of a menace.
Fuck no. See, I always take everything out on myself. That's my problem. My problem is I looked at that and I went, now, what wasn't I doing? When really we just got to college, we was young. The nigga was on the football team. She, was the whole nine and all of that dumbass shit. I made that about me. I internalized that for a while, and then I got in shape and started wilding out.
I feel like most guys experience this to some degree, to where you figure out that women are not the image that they put on. And you see, because he's like all political and stuff, he tried to make it clean, like, oh no, I didn't resent women and da-da-da-da-da, but guess what he did say? He said, I started wilding out. He started having a lot of casual sex. And I guarantee you, he's not going to say it, but it's some asshole in him, it's some jerk in him for him to get to that point.
Y'all trying to make me sound like I was so mean on my last video where I said I want my man to shut the fuck up. Well, I'm gonna just say 3 things that I require from my man, and hopefully you understand what type of woman I am. Number 1, my man has to come with little to no opinions. all solutions. Little to none. What are you giving me your opinion for? I don't care. You're a problem solver. Let's solve it. What do you mean? Once you give me too much time to think, it ruins the perception I have of you. I love you and I trust you, baby. It's that simple. Number 2, my man has to be very certain in anything he does. Obviously, I'm your woman. You can come ask me, whatever. But too many times is too many times I had to overthink. Why am I overthinking? Whatever you say goes. Duh. Number 3, and it's the last one. It's so easy. So easy. My man cannot say, I think. What the fuck are you thinking for? You're my man. You don't think. You know. Hey, baby, what's the weather outside? Oh, I think it is. I think. If I ask my man, well, what's the weather outside? And he say, it's 75 and it's really 85. It's 75 degrees out. That's what the fuck my man said. You see what I'm saying? It's so easy. Y'all try to make it sound I was just some big bad. No. I just like a man to be a man.
I think this is rage bait, but again, more empty entitlement.
If you had to delete all social media accounts to save your relationship, would you do it without no hesitation?
Hey, boo, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm right with you when you're right. I'm not deleting anything, baby. I'm going to delete you before I delete those social media apps. I'm so sorry, especially in this day and age where social media plays a huge role in most people's careers. Absolutely not. Like, I'm not deleting anything. I'm so sorry.
I would like to know, what does it come down to that deleting
my social media is going to help our relationship? Child, I would have to hit somebody.
What has happened?
Listen, Linda, what I want to say is at this point, okay, deleting social media might just save the world, okay?
If that man is asking you to delete your social media, you need to delete his butt. And drop down in our comments and let us know, would you or would you not? And if you say you would, we're going to judge you and we're going to get back to the show.
And these women are literally the same types of women who were saying that men need to pay for everything. These are the same prostitutes that the chick was talking about in that one clip. And this is the thing. And this is real, and I want you to hold on to this. I don't want you to just think this. I want you to just peep it in your experiences. Women are not grateful for what you do. Most women don't retain gratefulness for the things that you do for them. So you could still pay for everything like a Steph Curry and then end up with Aisha, who still wants to wild out on social media. You can pay for everything when it comes to some of these chicks on the screen. That don't mean that they gonna delete their social media for you. You can pay for everything, but that don't mean you can tell her what to do. You can pay for everything, but that don't mean she will respect you. I'm done for today, man. I got a few racial clips at the end, so yeah, just brace yourself.
Hey Latinos, do you see how Black people are celebrating this moment with us? Do you see how they're enjoying Bad Bunny? They're defending Bad Bunny. They're excited to watch him. Take a note. Remember it. So that the next time they have a win, the next time there's the first Black person to do XYZ, you guys aren't saying shit like, oh, where's a Latino at? Well, why can't we do this and this? Take a note from this. Hey,
it bugged me, man. It bugged me because it was like somebody I looked up to at one point. It was somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigger, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He opened for Jay. Oh, that's that nigger. Oh, that's that nigger. Oh, that's that nigger. Oh, that's that nigger.